Man, how you doing? Dude, you just made it in time, man. You had, what did you have, a bright front Goodyear Eagle blowout on you on the expressway? What happened up there? I hope that thing didn't fall the F off, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm glad that you had to make it to the opening night, man. You had to make it to the opening night. With us tonight, we got a special guest on opening night tonight. He is the owner of one of the best leagues out here on NASCAR Heat 5, and I'm talking about FTR, the owner of FTR, the one, the only, Billy Holcomb. What's going on, dog?
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing, man?
Man, I'm fired up, man, fired up. Glad you can make it on tonight, man. A we got a bunch to talk about, guys. We got a bunch to talk about. Um, Drip, man. Did you get this new update? Oh, Mrs. FTR, can you still hear Drip after he just talked right there? Let me know if you can still hear Drip. She mentioned that she couldn't hear at first. Hopefully she could hear that. You can let me know that after he just talked there, if you could hear him, that'd be wonderful. Billy, did real quick before we get into this thing, no, Drip, try checking your settings. She did not hear you. Okay, Billy, did you get those that new update? I know you did.
Oh yeah, man. We actually ran a league race the other night in Ruthless Racing League at Homestead, dude. And I tell you what, that's probably the best racing that I've been a part of in a long time. I mean, these cars got so much downforce. I know they're a little bit slower, but I think with time, we'll have to adjust the setups a little bit. But dude, we was running two, three. We was running three wide, for a couple laps in each corner. I mean, and we wasn't even touching each other. So I'm uh I'm very pleased on what they've done as far as the update. I know they still got a long ways to go, but yeah, man, I'm excited about these new cars, man.
Let's talk. You kind of hit on one of these leagues. Let's talk about this for a moment. This Ruthless Racing, a kind of a newer league that kind of sprouted up over the past couple of months, I would say. They got two series. They got the Pro Series, I believe, and a Pro Am series. A Pro Am runs every Tuesday night at like 8:45, 9 o'clock, and you're in the Pro Series, right, Billy? On that one.
Yeah, I'm in a pro series. We run every Thursday night. It's been some great racing, man. Like a lot of good guys over there. Hollywood runs it. He runs a tight ship over there, and I'm having a blast over there, man. It's just something different, just a little break for me, because we have a lot going on in FTR all the time. So yeah, it's just a break for me.
We're gonna touch on that. We're gonna touch on FDR real quick. You just kind of mentioned that Ruthless. Who won that race on Thursday night? I gotta know who won that thing.
Typical won it. It was gonna
Go
be
figure.
it was gonna be a great battle, but I kind of messed up a little bit trying to go in pit road and got tagged and got forced out of the pit and had to go back around. Unfortunately, I ran out of gas. But yeah, man, like the car was fast. I had a blast, man. It was fun.
I tell you what, man, Typical is on fire. That dude is insanely on fire, man. I don't know if you caught the FRR Cup race last night, Sunday night. He edged out Flash there at the end and won the FRR race last night as well, man. That guy, he is on a roll. He is on a huge roll, man.
Yeah, he's got his equipment dialed in right now. He's a guy to beat just pretty much everywhere he goes. I've beat him a few times, um, but yeah, he's definitely fast, man. He's a young kid, man. I think he's just going to get faster. Like it seems like everybody's kind of chasing him sometimes. You know what I mean? And it's good. It's good though. It gets everybody on their toes. But he's very good, man. He is good.
He is very good, man. He is on, like I said, man. He's after last night. Was his? I think it was his fifth win in FRR this season. Incredible, just incredible. But let's jump. Let's change gears here. Let's drop this sucker down in a fourth. Let's talk about FTR, man. Let's talk about FTR. Season 7. Can you believe that you're on season 7 starting this week?
Yeah, man. Like we had the Clash race last week, and then we had the duels this week. This past or last night for our Pro Series. We're at right now. I mean, we got a lot of guys. We got a lot of core guys that's been here for a while. Um, got a few new guys that joined this season. I couldn't be any happier as a league owner, man, with the talent of racers that we have in here, in all three series. It's just been it's almost been like a dream come true, man. Like it's one of the things you kind of dream about, and it just comes together. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited for season 7. It's We're running the Cup Series, and I think it's going to be an awesome race, man. Awesome races all season by all three groups.
There he is. He's back. He is back. He had to get himself right. He had to get himself right. Drip, we were just talking about FTR, man. We just jumped on the FTR and the clash that you guys had in the pro series. Now, real quick for some of the viewers, Billy, because a lot of guys around Heat 5 they know who FTR is, who has been. You guys have been on season 7. Last season was probably, in my opinion, one of the best seasons that you have ever had in the history of FTR. From watching all the races last season, but you kind of had to switch some things up here a little bit as far as the names, because I know people were more familiar with the A, B, and C league, where the A league was running on Wednesday nights, the B league was running on Sunday nights, and the C league was running on Tuesday nights. But you changed that up now as far as the names, like you said, that the names. So where did you change that up? What were the names that you had to think? So the viewers and our fans that'll be tuning in and watching this week can tune in every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday and know what the heck they're looking at.
Yeah, I mean, I was just kind of thinking over the off season there. We took about a week about a week and a half off there, and I was just trying to put something together to make it a little bit more interesting. I don't really like calling groups. I don't like segregating people. I feel like everybody's equal on this game. It's just everybody's got kind of different skill sets. But I just thought it would be neat this season to spice it up a little bit, give these guys, the credit that these guys deserve, for putting in the time every week and coming to race. So I thought about it. We on Sunday nights you can check us out on FTR Racing League YouTube channel. You can check out our Pro Series, which was formerly our B group. And
Yep.
you can same time, same channel Tuesday night for our Pro Am series, and then you can check out the Elite group. That's formerly the A group. You can check us out there on Big Rig Racing 634 on YouTube as well. I mean, dude, I'm gonna tell you what, man. We got some heavy hitters in here. There's fast guys in all three groups. I mean, you seen it last season, dude. We had in the playoff. Here's a fun fact for you, just to kind of tell you how competitive it is we had 6 playoff races and then 1 championship. We had 7. Well, we had 7 different winners during that playoff period.
Holy
So
crap! Wow.
that tells you right there how competitive this group is. I mean, even in our A group for last season, even in our B group for last season, I mean, it's just guys are stacked on top of each other, man, with times every week, and it just makes for great racing, man. We didn't have a whole lot of cautions. It was a lot of clean and green racing. Um, it's just exciting, man. I can't wait. I can't wait till we get to the 500 next week.
See, I had the pleasure of running the last couple of races of the season with you guys, and starting off this season with you guys. And yeah, it's I've looked at the lineups for each series, and there's like, there's it's spread across the board with nothing but good people running in all three of them. So it's good to be out there and having a good time with them guys as well.
Well,
Yeah,
Drip,
appreciate you
Drip,
joining us,
yeah,
man. Glad to
Drip,
have you.
yeah, Drip, man. You just joined up with the FTR this season, man, for the Pro Series on Sunday night, man. So, give me your thoughts in the clash that you guys had last night, man. I know it was got a little bit banging around a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I know there's a little
Well,
bit confusion on the start, but what was your first initial thoughts with that clash race as you get ready for your first points race in Daytona next Sunday night?
well, unfortunately, the Clash race really wasn't as rough as it might have looked. There was a lot of lag. A lot of the guys were trying to not even try to stay behind each other as much as possible. You're risking it because of the lag there. Which, I mean, I wish with this update they would have done something with that. But as far as like the racing goes and everything, I know quite a few of them guys over there, and it's always fun racing with all them guys. Um, Unfortunately, I got the raw end of the stick. I lost the draft, and I basically rode around in circles doing my own thing. But Billy Billy runs a nice show over there, and I'm happy to be a part of that over there and be a part of this. Um, but yeah, I'm sorry. I'm still trying to get used to these headphones. I literally had to run four houses down to grab a set of headphones because mine died.
Oh,
So
man,
that might have been a reason why you guys couldn't hear me on the chat as well. I don't know.
well, they got you loud and clear now, dog. They got you loud and clear now, man. And I was talking to Billy right before you jumped in, as you were probably going about 105 down the expressway. Uh, I told Billy this because I was racing. I've had the fun time of racing with you and Hammer Down Racing Series for the past for the past year or so. Which that league now has changed ownership and changed names recently to I think what is it called, Gearhead Racing
Gearhead.
League. Gearhead Racing League. That's
Yep.
right. Happy Happy has kind of took the reins of that along with Harvick. I think Happy's going to do a great job over there. I know Happy very well, good friend of mine. I think he's going to do a lot of great things over there. But racing with you for the past year or so over there, and now seeing you in the B League or the Pro League on Sunday nights, man, I'm going to get to watch you every late Sunday night after I do the broadcast for FRR. But I was telling Billy, man, watch Drip, dude. Watch THC Drip on Sunday night. I'm telling you, this guy is fast. He's going to win some races. I guarantee it. He's going to win some races. I told you last night, Drip, who your competition is, and one of those guys won one of the duels last night, or one of the, was it the duel last? I think it was the duel. It was old Johnny Boy. Good friend of mine. He's just joined up with FTR Pro Series this season as well. He is very fast too. But I'm telling you, man, you're gonna get some wins in the Pro Series. Billy, I'm telling you, watch this guy Drip. He's gonna get some wins. He's gonna be a major competitive for that championship this year. Mark it down, mark it in stone right now.
Oh, definitely. He ran what? I think he ran two races with us, I believe, last season. I think, or it might have been the season before, and he won one of them. So yeah, I know how fast he is. I know how he gets around the track. He's gonna be really good in the Pro Series, man. I think we're gonna have. There's still some heavy hitters in that Pro Series. I think it's gonna be a great battle come championship time.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
definitely. Like
oh
Davey
yeah,
Allison's in there.
yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them in there. This is so fun to be able to do and be able to talk about like your league and then the new Gearhead and then even some of the other places, because you know we all pretty much know everybody. All 10 of these leagues have people that have ran in one of our leagues or one of the other leagues or something that we're all involved in. So this is pretty cool to see this all come together and be able to watch everybody progress and see how their leagues and seasons are going.
I tell you what, Trip, man, it's insane how this has come together because when you messaged me, and for the past couple of months, man, I seriously, I swear I put my hand on the Bible right now to the good Lord. I was thinking the past couple of months, I was like, you know what? I was thinking about trying to maybe think about doing something that could that because there are so many leagues, just like you hit on, man. It's because you have so many friends that you raced in one league, they branched off. Like for instance, here's a prime example: Kill Switch. Awesome league, man. Awesome league. That was formed from guys that were partly from like the FRR that were FRR and also with Hammer Down kind of joined forces. Jinx and Sniper, Niner Dan got together and put on Kill Switch. They're in their playoffs. We're going to talk about them here in a few minutes. And Billy, there's a shot across the bow. There's a shot across the bow. Sniper Z71 just sent me a message, and he double dog dared me on this, so I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Yes, he did.
I know what's coming.
You know what's coming.
I think so.
He said Sniper is faster than Billy all day long. That is a challenge right there. Sniper Z71 threw the shot across the bow. There it is.
Hey, the last time I got poked like that, ask C-Fan what happened.
I
love you, C-Fan. You my boy, C-Fan, but you poked a bear, you may not like what you gonna get.
Yeah, I know, but that you know what? After this bash race, we might have to put something together. Drip and I, we might have to set up in a booth and watch this, man. We're gonna.
Hey, we might have to do us a little 1v1.
Oh, right there! Challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. Sniper challenge accepted. It's on. We're gonna have to get to that.
I like Sniper. He's a good dude, man. He's a good dude.
Awesome,
he's pretty good too, man. He's pretty good.
He's awesome, man. He's an awesome guy. Awesome guy. I love watching him over at Kill Switch, and also he's with Ruthless, also, isn't he? He's over there.
He is. Yeah, he runs the pro-am. Yeah, these young guys, man. These young guys are taking over, dude. Telling you.
Yeah, like Icy and Sniper. Somebody else was talking. What's his name? Is it a crippled kid?
The crippled Sniper. Yeah.
He's good.
Yep. Yeah, these young bucks, man.
All under the age of 20.
and get this, dude. Here, check this out, man. This is another new league that's sprouted up that is run by a very, very, very awesome guy. Elvin Priest started up Phantom Racing League. It runs on Thursday nights. I tell you what, man, I was in the booth for that this past Thursday night with Timmy Racer. He's doing the broadcast, and I had to jump up there this past Thursday because they were at my home track of Dover. So I had to get in on all of that. But I mean, Phantom, they have some of the premier names on NASCAR Heat 5. It's Your Bro Chase came out of kind of semi-retirement. Now, of course, we're going to talk about this later because Bro Chase also came out of semi-retirement for this Independence Bash race, which we're getting ready to dive deep into that here in just a few minutes. But Bro Chase came out of semi-retirement, won Dover. Shocker, but and one from the pole, by the way, shocker. But Elvin Priest put Phantom together. He has Bro Chase. He's got Shovelhead in there. Bad Fast was in there. I think Bad Fast might not be in there any longer. There's some issues there, but Mike Bross. They got Mike Bross in there, man. He won at Road America 2 weeks ago. I mean, he's got a pro league car on Heat 5. I mean, the list of names in that league go on and on, man. Elvin Priest in there. I mean, Black Cross. I mean, it just goes on and on. And it wasn't. I mean, it was probably one of the most intense, awesome. And Flash is also in there. Flash is also from FR. I mean, some of the premier names. But that kid. I mean, he's only a kid. He's only a kid. But he's just this young buck. But I mean, you talk to him, but he's so respectful and mature for his age, and just the respect that he has for people and the way he carries himself. I love it. I love watching that Phantom Racing every Thursday night. They broadcast, of course, on the Phantom Racing League YouTube channel, but he's got that going on over there. I mean, it's just awesome. But like you said, man, I mean, these young bucks, man, they be coming out of the bushes, man, and they be whipping some tails, man. They be whipping some tails.
Oh, big time,
Yeah,
dude. Big time, man.
unbelievable.
I think Elvin's been all around on NASCAR Heat for a while, man.
Yeah,
He was
he
he
was.
was actually one of the. I remember jumping in lobbies with Elvin, and he was really really fast. Like he still is really really fast. Like I got the opportunity to watch that Dover race um, from last week, and I tell you what, man, that's some like you said, dude. They some heavy hitters in there, man. You gotta when you run those type premier, I call it a premier league. I mean, because you got so many heavy
Yeah,
hitters. You got Bro
yeah.
Chase and Flash and all those guys in there, man. Mike
Mike
Bryce.
Ross. Yeah.
That's those guys, man. They know how to get it done on the big stage. And if you win a race over there, man, you've done something. I mean, that would be
Right.
that would be if I wasn't running Ruthless on Thursday night, I'd like to try to slide into there because that would be something really good, man.
Oh,
Really good. He's got a good thing
oh.
going on over there, man. He's got a
I
good
would
thing going.
love to see it. I would love to see that. God, I would love to see that. I love watching you over Ruthless too, man. It's like six in one hand, half dozen in the other. I mean, Russian roulette. Pick your poison. What? I mean, come on now. I mean, dang, go on.
Yeah, I
You know
mean,
what I'm
You,
saying?
you know, I'll tell you like this about FTR though. I started last season in the C, and I did run like 3 races or 2 races, whatever it was. And you moved me up to the Pro Series, and I'm like, all right. I'm like, I'll be up there with Dark Knight and stuff. And
Oh,
he's, oh no, no, he's like, I'm up there with the big boys now. So I kind of
oh,
felt good about that because if his ass can make it up there, I know I can. No,
yep,
eh, yeah,
yep,
and now Dark Knight is back up into the Elite Series.
he
A
is.
good, a good buddy of ours, man. Everybody loves Dark Knight. I don't even think that Dark Knight could have an enemy, man. I mean, that guy is just awesome all the way around. He has taught me so much, man. It
I have
really has.
helped. I'm gonna be honest, man. I have helped Dark Knight so much, man. He has grown so fast. He has gotten so much better, man. Like,
He
and
has.
that's I kind of want to touch on that a minute. Like a lot of people love us or hate us. You know what I mean? Like we got some that don't like us, we got some that do like us, but I feel like we have a system in here. It's all about making each other better, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about to me. It's not necessarily separating groups. It's just I like to put guys in groups where I feel like they have the best chance to showcase their talent and have the best chance to win. You know what I mean? And as
yeah,
much as these guys practice with each other, every single week, almost every day, and it just shows how much better a lot of these guys have gotten because I've gotten feedback from guys be like, "Hey man, I run in your league," and they go run other leagues, man, and they do good and they feel good about it. You know what I mean? And to me, at the end of the day, that's what league racing is all about is making each other better and just having fun doing it.
Yeah, and like you
absolutely.
said, man, you hit on something there. I mean, it is a community, and like you mentioned also, Drip. I mean, we have as it's gone on, as this world has turned, and as the leagues of the land have kind of sprouted and expanded, that you have so many friends, but it is a large community, and where there's friends, there are rivals. And I mean, there's you got guys, uh, that are rivals. Sniper made just a good point here as far as these young bucks. That Sniper, Icy. I think Schlinken was probably a name that you were thinking of, Drip.
Yep,
That
that is who I was.
That kid Schlinken, he's a freaking amazing. He's like the next Eagles almost, I think. He's like the next Eagles, I think. But Schlinken, Twitch, Elvin, and Typical, all under the age. Typical's under the age of 20. I didn't know that. All under the age of 20, man. These young bucks, dude. I tell you what, man, it is absolutely insane. And something else insane. Let's talk about the meat. Let's get into something that everybody is talking about, and I didn't really have a scope of how big this Independence Day bash is until this past Thursday when I was up in that Phantom booth and was talking to Elvin and Timmy, and this Independence Day bash, Billy, has brought out all these guys that have been whatever you call semi-retirement. I mean, it's going to be absolutely insane. I mean, you brought guys. It's your bro Chase out of the woodwork. You brought Slade out of the woodwork. I mean, so many other guys that have been in other platforms and kind of just either gotten stale or kind of bored with Heat. Saw this. And now it's just exploding. And today, the 3-day qualifying period started. So let's get into this. Let's get into this Independence Day bash this coming Saturday, July 1st. Let's get into this. So far, we started qualifying today. And there have been some, I mean, absolutely blistering times. I mean, it has dumbfounded me. Absolutely dumbfounded me. Some of the times that some of these guys have been putting on out, Billy. I mean, you've been, your wonderful wife, Miss FTR, has been doing an incredible job updating the Discord with the leaderboard and everything. I don't know if you have that up. Do you have that up? And let's talk about some of these names, this qualifying that's going on, the format. Let's get into this. Let's get into this.
We started this. We started talking. We had an idea. First and foremost, I want to give all the credit to Miss FTR. She's the one that came up with this idea. We were laying in bed and we were like, let's put on a big race. We were watching the dirt derby there, and she was like, "What do you think about doing this on the NASCAR side?" You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do some cup cars. Let's pick a track. Let's pick a venue. Let's put some money out there, and we'll see what we can get. And I'll tell you what, dude. The first day we put it out there, I mean, I just had people coming out of the woodworks, like messaging me, "Hey man, can I get in? Can I get in?" I'm like, "Sure, man." So we started a Discord, and dude, at one time we had 82 drivers in here, 82 drivers. Okay,
82.
So we kind of started the Discord and just letting everybody fill in. And then, like you said today, we dropped the hammer. Like today, it's go time. This is go week. We started qualifying this morning at 8:00. We had 57 drive. We got 57 drivers locked into this race come July 1st. You talking about heavy hitters, dude? I'm saying you got Itchy Bro Chase, you got Mike Bross, you got Slade. You got DB, you got Clashing, you got JWoww, you got Titans, you got Eagles, you got Typical. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, dude. Like, this has grown way bigger than what I anticipated. I knew we was going to have a big bite, and that's what I want. I wanted a big bite. I wanted to see how many guys we could actually generate, and we generated about the field that I wanted to have, which was about 57 to 60 drivers, and that's what we got right now. And it's been insane. It's been insane all day because everybody's submitting clips after clip after clip, and we're trying to keep up with it. Miss FTR is trying to work, and she's putting all this together, and that's why I said, dude, like, if anybody needs credit here, it's Miss FTR because she is like behind the scenes doing a lot of different jobs to make this race happen. So I'm very thankful of her for that.
Well, I mean,
The
not
one
only.
person,
Go ahead,
one
Drip.
person I don't see on this qualifying list as of yet. I know you've been updating it and everything. Is Henson? Henson's running, isn't he?
Right now, he's having issues with his PlayStation. When he did the update, he lost everything, and he's trying to get to where he can get back on the
Oh
game.
no.
Oh,
So,
I'm glad that you hit on that. Speaking of the which, the method that I had the issue when I had the update that I had the issue of the thing freezing up trying to get back into 2020. I got lucky. I really did. I got lucky, and I got a way that it has so far. It has gone 5 for 5. I've some of my friends who had the issue. I told them about it. I gave them step-by-step screenshots of how I did it, and so far it has worked for them. So anybody that is having the issue with freezing with the thing freezing as you're trying to get into 2020, hit me up and message me. So far, like I said, everybody that I've helped with, it has worked. Now, you unfortunately, I hope you have pictures of all your setups because I did lose the setup. So I hope you do have pictures of that. But it has worked to get back into that. So I'm glad that you kind of hit on that. But also, one name that I haven't seen on this qualifying. Now granted, we are on day one, and it is only 8:33 p.m. So a lot of people have just got home from work and off the expressway from a blown right rear and that kind of thing. But I don't see THC Drip on here. Have you been putting any time on this there, Drip?
Okay.
I had to ask. I
So
had to throw it out
I
there.
have been. I
Okay.
have been, and I was told that I'm going up north this weekend.
Oh, okay.
But,
oh man,
but, but,
There's
I
always a
seen,
but.
I seen the cabin that they rented on the lake, and it's got like 3 or 4 flat screens in there. So I'm thinking about, but the only thing is, I don't know how the internet's going to be there,
I hear
and
their
and
gears
and I would
grinding.
and I wouldn't want to run off a hot spot in a race like this. So I
Yeah.
might have to sit this one out. I know there's stuff coming up in the future probably that I'll be more involved in, but we are going to offer $20 as sponsorship from the show for the race as well, though.
And
So
that's thank you to you, Trip. That's all you. I applaud you for that, for kind of stepping up on that. So definitely want to give you all the
oh,
credit and the props on that, and putting this on
no
the.
problem, man.
the
I love seeing people doing new things and being able to even be involved with it as much as I've been involved. Because he kind of came to me with the idea, and he was like, "This is kind of what I want to do." He was like, "Could you make me a nice, poster for it?" And I was like, "Absolutely." I
oh,
love doing stuff like that, especially especially when I know the people and I know that you're trying to put on a really good fun event for everybody, you know. Because I'm looking at the pay, I'm looking through all the stuff right now, and I'm looking at the payouts and everything for like different things, and I don't know if that stuff you want out there or not, Billy, but the way it's organized and set up it's nice. It's if that's to you and your wife, or you're just your wife, man, awesome job you guys putting this together.
yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the work that you did for the flyer as well, man. You do some badass work, man, and I really appreciate it, man.
I have fun anytime you guys need anything.
Yes,
well, I mean,
sir.
there is nobody better, and I will say this right now, there is nobody better at creating those posters and those advertisements than you have. I did that memorial race for our good friend Travis Tyson back in beginning of June, and I mean, I came to you and asked you. I said, man, can you cook something up for me to put this memorial race together for Travis, and within 2 minutes, you put that thing together, and then even put the winner's car together. Man, I can't thank you enough for
I,
that, and the work
I'm
that you
gonna
put into that.
I'm going to be honest with you because Billy's going to tell you the same thing. It was a matter of minutes, and I was sending him stuff.
Oh, definitely,
And
definitely,
but when somebody comes to me with an idea and they're excited about their idea, it gets me excited about their idea
exactly,
because it's like I want you to have, I want this to be perfect for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're excited about this. So when I give it to you and then I see that it makes you happy, man, that makes me happy. It makes me proud, you know.
definitely.
So I enjoy putting the work into the posters for everybody that I do them for. And there's plenty of leagues I've helped out with logos or player cards or, different league events or anything like that. And I just enjoy doing it for people.
Well, it meant a lot to me personally and to a lot of people, especially the Cobra League. A lot of guys over in the Cobra League, which was Travis's home league, I guess you call it. And that really meant a lot to a lot of us and a lot of them over there. So, I mean, anybody who needs any player cards, owners out there that need, any announcements, player cards, get a hold of THC Drip. He can hook you up. I mean, you guys have seen all the stuff that have been plastered on Facebook and Discord and everywhere else with these things. If you need something, hit THC Drip up. He'll help you out. We're here to help you guys. That's why when Drip, you came to me and said, "Hey, let's put on a podcast, man." All these leagues are around. Let's help some guys out. Let's get some of these leagues out there. Let's kind of help some people out. Let's kind of put this community together. And I mean, Billy, with this Independence Bash, man, that is exactly what this has done. It's brought out so many people from all these different leagues, and that's one of the things that I saw in that memorial race. And I'm even more stoked for it for this Saturday coming up for the Bash, where you have so many people from all these leagues that are getting in on all this and going to be a part of this big, huge event, and actually maybe even take some green home. There's some money on the line with this too.
Oh yeah, man, we got some big money on the line for this race, man. I mean, the whole idea here is just to try to get the excitement back to the community. You know, we want to do something to kind of lift everybody back up. You know, some guys were getting bored with the game, getting a little burnt out, and if we can do these type of races, man, and we can have some good racing doing it, I think it's going to liven the NASCAR heat community up, man.
Well, let's kind of dive into a little bit of the little bit of the meat here. Let's talk about the format that's coming up here. Now, of course, we got the qualifying period that is open today at 8 a.m. today, and the qualifying format will go until, I think, is it Wednesday, Billy? The qualifying goes to
The qualifying will end Thursday morning at 8 a.m. After
Thursday
that,
morning.
there will be no more clips or screenshots submitted. So once 8 a.m. Thursday morning, our heat races will be locked. Like we will know. It'll take me. I'm gonna have to take a whole day off on Friday just to try to put everything together. You know what I mean? It just where we'll be ready to roll off the heat races on Saturday, man.
Well, okay, so speaking about the heat races, this format on Saturday, the heat races will kick off at 2 p.m. Eastern this Saturday, July 1st. Let's kind of get into this on how you put this format together, how you and Mrs. FTR kind of built this format, this program for this race. There's going to be several heats. There's going to be, I think, 5 heats. The first one starts at 2 p.m. What's going to kind of be the format with this? What's going to be? How are we going to put this together? How are you going to put this together as you got this this list here that Miss FTR has been updating and tirelessly? I mean, just putting this thing out. I don't know how she does this all day to get, and being able to do this. But thank you, the Lord, to Miss FTR that she's able to do this. Putting out all these lap times and these qualifying times. What is the plan? Putting all that together into these heat races, and let's talk about this so people who might not know exactly how the heat races are going to be formed, what's the style, what's the particulars, the 3x, 50%, and well, not going to be 50%. Well, the length, all that kind of stuff. Let's kind of get into that. Let's spend some time so people can kind of get a firm grasp on the format.
All right, so basically what we'll do, I'll kind of start from the beginning so everybody knows the race is going to be on July 1st. So me, Big Rig, and you, and Timmy. Not sure if Timmy's going to race or if he's going to broadcast, but we'll be in the booth. We're going to start live. We're going to go live around noon Saturday. We're gonna kick things off a little bit. We're gonna talk to a little bit of a sponsors, before maybe even a few little drivers, before we kick the first heat race off. But kind of, I guess the $1 million question is, guys out here that's not a part of the Discord, they really don't know how it's going to go on. But basically, the heat races are going to be determined on how you qualify. So if you look at it right now we got slated for 4 heat races. We'll roll off heat races at 2, 3, 4, and 5 o'clock. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of time in between the two where I can do an interview where the winners can get paid for the heat race, and we can do a little talking, maybe with a few drivers between that. But how the heat races will be formed. So the top 4 qualifiers, so if you qualify first, second, third, and fourth, so the top qualifier will be heat race number 1. He'll be on the pole. So second fastest qualifier, he'll be on the heat race. He'll be on the pole for heat race number 2. Third fastest qualifier be on the pole for heat race number 3. And the fourth fastest qualifier will be on the pole for heat race number 4. So you kind of see my trend. So like, if you qualify fifth through eighth, you'll be on the outside pole in the heat race. So you kind of see how my drift goes here.
Right.
So what we'll do is from the heat races, we got 4 heat races. We'll take the top 5 from each heat. That'll make 20 drivers. Okay. We're going to do 2 LCQs. That way I can spread guys out and not run one LCQ with 30-something drivers.
Now,
that
LCQ, for guys who don't know what that is, LCQ is last chance qualifier. So that means if you are not in that top 5 in that heat race, don't sweat it. You still got another shot because you will be in that last chance qualifier for a shot, for a second chance to get in the big show, right?
Definitely. So what we'll do is we'll split. Say we got 32 drivers. We'll put 16 drivers in the first LCQ, and then we'll put 16 drivers in the next LCQ. So we'll take the top 2 drivers, the top 2 finishers from each LCQ, which will make up our 24-car main event that rolls off hopefully at 8 p.m. Saturday night.
Yeah, man, awesome. That's gonna be a blast, man. That is gonna be a blast. And just so guys know, you kind of hit on it. I meant to mention also that the qualifying times that we're in the qualifying period, that there has to be a clip, and it's not just any clip, but there's a little bit of format here with the qualifying and sending in clips and how it's done. Now let's kind of talk about that, so guys who haven't submitted clips might not be sure what we're meaning by that, and getting it done so they can do it properly. So as far as the qualifying, I believe everything. You have to be in test session mode. Is that correct?
That is correct. All qualifying laps are done in test session mode only. There's no online qualifying laps. This is single car by yourself. You can run low fuel, full fuel, mid fuel. I don't care what you do. All you do is run as many laps. You can put 3,000 laps in the qualifying if you want to. All I need is one fast lap for a screenshot. Okay, so how a screenshot goes. If you run a 29.900 and above, you can just submit a screenshot. Okay? A screenshot has to be submitted with your time. If you run a 29.899 or lower, you have to submit a clip of your lap, meaning I see you cross the finish line, you show me a clip where you ran all the way around the track, and then I get your time. That's what I mean by a clip. Um, that's
And you
the
could,
only
and
two ways.
what people have been doing simply has been taking their cell phones and just setting it up or somehow setting it up on a TV screen. And as they're running their lap and just simply hitting the record button on the cell phone and running that lap and getting a qualifying time in, and then they can send it to us. Now, I know you have been flooded,
Oh,
absolutely
God.
flooded with these qualifying times. So,
So,
guys, go ahead, Drip.
so I got a question. I
Okay.
actually got two.
Go for it.
First question is, how did you come up with the 29.9 as the cutting line for to send and not to send?
Good question.
Well, I can tell you, man, to run a 29.00, that's a really fast lap. Well, it kind of came about as I've heard this out in the community and out in the woodworks that you can actually Photoshop this stuff and change your times. That's what I've heard. Um, and that's kind of how it came about. I want it to be fair. I want guys to put in fair times. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you can run
Absolutely.
if you can run a 29.855 or 29.743, hey, I'm all for it. If you can prove that you can do that and you can send me a clip, I'm good for that. But when you start getting down into 29.92s, 29.91s, and 9s and 8s, that's a fast lap, guys. I don't know if you guys,
Oh yeah.
it's that's
That's freaking insanely fast.
that's getting
See,
down. That's getting down. Like it's that's fast. So I feel
I, I
like
was
so I
I was
feel
so
like
happy to
go ahead.
put that
Go
there.
ahead.
I was so happy to see you put that there because I was wondering how that was going to end up because I'm like, man, I know there's wall bangers out there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So,
Yep.
definitely.
and
Yep.
when I see that you put that mark down there, I was like, that's awesome because I knew there was a mark set for a reason. And it's like, okay, this right here, if you're under this, you got to prove it to us because we actually want to see this lap. Because I would want to see the lap. I'm like, I want to see how you ran it.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
Listen
it's
for your let-off points.
it's. I hate to say this, man, but there's limited guys I think that can run 8s. Um, it's almost like if you see a name and you can't put the time with the name, you know what I'm saying? Like it
Yep.
looks kind of obvious a little bit. That's why I said it's just to make it fair. I want everybody to be on the same playing field. I want everybody to be under the same rules. And I feel like if you can run an 8, I want to see it. I want you to prove to me that you can run an 8. You know what I mean?
All right.
That's a very fast time, dude. Like that's
Absolutely.
really quick getting down. So that's kind of how it came about. I don't want people running 30 flats and 30.1s photoshopping a 29.9 you know what I'm saying, or 29.95, or so I can't police this because I don't really know exactly what I'm looking for. So if you are a professional out there and you know how to do these things and you know what to look for, I might lean on you if you just let me know who you are, because hey, I just want it to be fair. That's what I want. I want guys to show
Right
up,
on.
put the work in, prove that you can hang with the best, and you got what it takes to bring this cash home July 1st.
See, and now my next question I have is, where's your name on this list?
Hey, that is a very good question, because I'm gonna tell you what, I am a very, very competitive guy, man, and I can tell you right now, I can say it on air. If I was to post my time right now, I would be first place.
Whoa.
But
Oh.
here's the
Oh.
thing, though. Here's the thing, though. I am promoter, broadcaster in all these races, man. I'm doing this for the fans, for you guys, for the other racers. I want to bring something great to the community, and that's, you know, is it going to be hard on me Saturday, July 1st, to be sitting in this booth watching these guys go around for this amount of money?
Oh,
Oh yeah, you definitely bet that. I promise you. Because I told Miss FTR, I was
especially if you're
like,
sitting on a faster time.
I told Miss FTR, I was like, Can I just run this race and let Shady and Rig broadcast this thing? Because I really want to get into this, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I want to promote this thing, man. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to lean toward doing is getting more on the promoting side than racing. I've been wanting to do that. It's kind of my passion, but yeah,
Right on.
I'd love to be in there, bro. Trust me. I promise you, I would love to be strapping in and ready to go for that big main event come July 1st.
Oh, absolutely.
And I mean, knowing the competitive side of you, man, I know that you're itching at the to want to be on that. But yeah, this is going to be one heck of a show to watch. And I just want to kind of put it out there also. I mean, this qualifying thing has almost kind of turned into a little bit of a pissing contest, a little bit of pardon for my French here, but a dick measuring contest a little bit.
No doubt.
I mean, you don't gotta freaking get the pole. There's
You
gonna
know.
be there's gonna be 4 heat races. I mean, all you got to do is put in the time to get into the heat race. I hope guys are concentrating on their race setup
Oh
because
yeah, definitely.
when you get into the heat races, your qualifying setup and what you ran in qualifying ain't gonna matter squat.
Nope,
It's gonna.
not at
I
all.
mean, it's when that green flag drops in the heat races. What do you got in your car to get into the main event, to get into the show? That's where the proof is in the pudding. That's where the rubber meets the road, so to speak. So, I mean, of course, guys going to want, with all these guys coming out of the woodwork, all these big names, and everybody's going to want to have, the greatest time, and have that great big gigantron, and if that's your thing, hey, cool. By all means, I've already seen some insanely fast times that have completely dumbfounded me. It's not going to surprise me one bit to see another fast one. I can't wait to July 1st when we start seeing these guys trading paint for real.
Oh,
That's what I can't
definitely,
wait.
definitely. And to kind of give you guys an idea, I've only received 2 clips today on opening day that actually run eights.
Yeah,
But I think
I'm looking at
also
it.
there's guys holding out on that.
Oh, definitely, man. There's
Um,
a lot. There's guys sandbagging, man. I already know that. I know how
yeah,
this
yeah,
works. I know how this
right. I mean,
works.
They're gonna
they're
wait till
not
the
going to put
last minute to enter.
right. Yeah, they're not going to put their fastest lap on the first day of qualifying. They're going to wait it out and see what it is, and then probably come Wednesday night probably. Then we'll start seeing what some guys really are putting down as far as these qualifying times. But guys, and I talked to a lot of guys that have kind of shied away actually, and not and decided not to be a part of the race because of the fact of these guys running such fast times. And I'm like, dude, I mean, think about it. These qualifying times are running qualifying setups. They're, generally probably more than likely running on a low fuel.
Oh,
It's not
definitely.
a race setup. I
No.
mean, you never know what can happen in a race, especially when you got the purse up for grabs. Now, I mean, the way the format is set up, and I mean, of course, first place is gonna take home, the majority of the pot. But I mean, there is some money in the podiums and everything like that, isn't there? I mean, so I mean,
Oh,
it's
definitely.
anything can happen in a race. I mean, especially when money is up for grabs. I mean, if you're sitting in third, fourth, fifth, or even sixth, maybe you might be in a perfect catbird seat when the top 3 or 4 take each other out trying to go for $600, and you just cruise right on by and take the pot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, I I've been racing for a while, for a long time, and I think the smartest driver that keeps himself out of trouble. A good driver can tell when shit's about to go on.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, I've said this from day one. The guy that can have a good teammate at the end of this race, if we stay green flag long run, one of those guys are going to pull out this win, man. I don't see one single person being out there by themselves and winning this race. I think you're going to have a partner, because what's going to happen
Or
is
two,
if, if,
or
if
two.
we're if we're clean and green, which I think we will be, I hope so. Um, these cars are going to separate once you pit. Everybody's going to be on different pit strategies, and the fields are going to break apart. And I think the guys that can stay together and kind of go with the same strategy and get linked up, I think that's who you're going to see come to victory lane Saturday night. So we'll see. It's going to be very interesting. I think we got I don't know that I've ever seen a field this stacked other than a pro league race, but it's going to get very very interesting when these it's not going to get real until these guys strap in that make this main event.
Yeah.
That's when everything's going to hit you like a brick. Is when you're getting that invite into that main 24 race. You know it's go time after that. That's when it's going to hit. So it's going to be
Yeah.
fun. It's going to be exciting. I hope it's some great racing. So we'll just have to see what happens.
I, it it's gonna be crazy. It's by far the biggest event of the year. I mean, there's prizes, there's money to be won. It's gonna be a whole lot of fun. I mean, guys from all across the land are going to be taking part in this thing. So guys, don't shy away, man. Get into this thing. If you paid your entry fee, get a qualifying lap in. I don't care if it's 35 seconds. Just get the damn thing in and get your car ready for race day come Saturday, July 1st, and then prove your grit there, man. Don't, qualifying is nothing. I don't care really honestly about it. Some guys do, and that's great. That's fine. I mean, as all I care is get into the heat race and let's see some awesome racing and have a
Well,
fun
and see,
dashing time.
here's the thing, and with the heat races, you know, everybody, you kind of already know the top probably 5 or 6 guys that are going to be going for the pole, and they're going to battle amongst themselves. And everybody that's in this race pretty much knows who them people are.
Yeah,
Uh
definitely.
huh.
so, so I would definitely be leaning towards more putting in just a decent lap and everything, because with the heat races, you know, you really don't know where you're going to end up. You might be the outside or the third one, in your heat, you
Exactly.
know.
Yeah. I
So,
mean,
you still have a chance to race your way into the final race, in just your heat, really.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. I mean, it's the whole idea. If you don't think you're fast enough in qualifying, just put down a lap that you can. The main thing is, man, just have fun doing what you're doing. If you have fun racing, just race. It doesn't matter where you qualify. It's just about getting getting a bunch of guys together, have a good time. Let's put on some great racing and just have fun, man. To me, that's it. At the end of the day, that's all it's about is just having fun, man. That's what it's for. Yeah, we got money, but it's just having fun. That's the end of the day. Just have fun doing it.
and it couldn't be any more right, man. And I mean, it's going to be a blast. And I mean, yeah, there are some unbelievable names. I mean, we were some guys we were in the Discord, and they was talking about earlier about some picks and this, that, and the other. You can't really make a pick
Nah,
almost. I
you
mean,
can't.
I mean, guys that come to me and say, Shady, who you got? Who you got? Who you got? I mean, you gonna go with Clashing or who you got? I said, you know what, man? I said, daggone, dude. If I had to pick somebody, I mean, if I had to, if somebody's holding a gun to my head, I would have to say, okay, well, all right. If I'm put under that, then I would have to say Bro Chase, only because last summer, I had such a privilege of watching those guys in the Valor Race League. I'm actually really disappointed that it didn't come back. However, I'm absolutely thrilled Elvin came out with Phantom because a lot of those guys are in Phantom. But those guys that were in Valor, your Bro Chases, your Flashes, your Clashins, your J Wells, your DBs, your Mike Brosses, your Slades. all those guys were there, man. And I tell you what, I had such a fun summer up in the booth with my good friend Sloppy Joe, broadcasting those races. And I've been wanting to see all those guys on the track again one more time, and this has done it. This is getting all those guys back on the track. So for me personally, man, I mean, you can't pick a name because I mean you say okay, well maybe I'll pick Bro Chase, but then Mike Bros pops into my mind. I'm like, damn, Mike's got in there too, and then Clash, and then you're like, shit, Clashing's in there, and then JWoww, and then Titans has come out of the woodworks. I don't think I've seen Titans since he was in the FTR A League with Mike Bros and Clash and all that many A League and FTR a couple years ago.
Is
Exactly.
okay. So I knew the top five there, and then I got to Tits, and I was like, that's who I'm definitely picking.
I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm gonna tell you something, guys. I got a sleeper in this race, boys. He ain't been on NASCAR Heat. I mean, he's been on and off NASCAR Heat. He's doing a lot of iRacing side, man. And I know what kind of driver he is, and I know what kind of things he does, and he's very respectful. I'm gonna tell you something, boys. You can't count out this McLovin, son.
I
Telling you.
knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that, and I just, as soon as you said that, as soon as you were saying it, I popped into my mind, and we haven't mentioned the name McLovin. And you're
Yes, sir.
absolutely right, dude. You're absolutely
He's always
right.
a threat. He is always a threat, dude, when he hits the racetrack. He's so smart. He drives with a lot of respect. He knows how to get around these racetracks, man. I'm telling you. That's my. I'm going out on a limb here, boys. He's going to be one of my picks come Saturday.
Oh man,
My boy
that is
McLovin.
huge. That is huge. You're right, man. And because I mean, just like we were talking about Drip, man, with all these names, and I was just rattling off all these names, and then I mean, you don't think of those names like the McLovin is in it. Then you mention Henson,
Oh, definitely.
and I mean, and he gets that squared away and put in there, but then you got, but then you got some other sleepers, maybe kind of drop a tier down, maybe a little bit, I guess you would call it, or kind of put a label on it if you were to put a label on it, and then you kind of go in there, and then you look, and then you got your Dark Knights, and then you got your Big Bens, and then you got your Davy Allisons. I mean, then you got your, I don't know if Eneltown is in it or not. Then you got Crippled Sniper, who won the Pro Series championship in FTR this past season. He's now a champion. I mean, you got champions that have hardware on their shelf that, I mean, you got guys just coming out that just got unbelievable speed that are absolutely incredible racers. Elvin's going to be in this. I mean, the list goes on. I don't know if True Death is going to come into this or FRR. I'm not sure if some of the FRR guys are going to be popping into this or not. There's just so many names out there across the land. I mean, you got guys from Kill Switch, you got guys from Phantom, all parts, man. So you can't. I mean, it's impossible. I mean, basically. Like when I was talking about with my crew chief, old Shady Lady, who might make her appearance here very soon, by the way. She said, you know what? Put all those frickin' names in a hat and throw it up in the air, and then the names that land head up, put them back in a hat and just pick one.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Like this is, dude. I'm gonna tell you something, man. When we do these driver introductions on Saturday, and you see all these names, I'm telling you, dude, it's gonna be unreal. It's really gonna get real when these guys strap in and we start naming names, boys, because we got guys that came out of retirement. Scotty B. I hadn't seen him on, and I couldn't tell you.
Ooh.
He's in. You got McLovin coming back. I'm telling you, man. You just wait. Yeah, I'm just telling you.
Man, it's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be crazy. So, everybody's who's been tuning in, man. Like I said, this qualifying session is going on, and also one other thing, man. Everybody has been submitting clips to Billy, and he's been flooded You guys, don't forget, you guys can submit clips and send clips to myself. My PSN is Shady Acres 28 on PlayStation. I'm on Facebook. It's not hard to find, Shady Acres. And then you can also send it to our good buddy who was part of this from the get. He's going to be in the booth with us. The voice of FTR, and that is, I'm talking about the one and the only Big Rig 634. His PSN is Big Rig 634 underscore FTR. And I hope he doesn't kill me for this. I'm probably going to hear it, Billy. But his Facebook is I don't know. Should I get it out there, man? Because I don't want to. I don't want to do should because
I
I
think
want to.
that's good. I think that's good enough.
All
I think
right,
that's
I,
good
I
enough.
agree with you, man. I don't want to. I don't want to disrespect like that, man. I don't. I don't. I mean, I don't want to get somebody's Facebook, man. That can be bad. But seriously, guys, Billy and Mrs. FTR have been absolutely flooded today. You guys can send us clips. You can send Big Rig and myself clips on Facebook or PlayStation or even on the Discord. We're everywhere. We're not hard to find. I mean, you're watching this YouTube channel, make a comment. I'll get in touch with you. It kind of take some work off of Billy a little bit. I know Billy has been absolutely flooded all freaking day long. I think I had maybe one or two that came to me that I submitted. I think Big Rig has been sitting back there, back in his his recliner back there at Napa, just kind of follow along, twiddling his thumbs, So guys, come on, man, send them out there. Don't be afraid. Send them to us. All of us we're in constant contact all day throughout the day. So send them to us, and any one of us, and it's going to get recorded. It's going to get put in. That's a guarantee. That's an assurance, and that's just throwing it out there. But don't forget that the qualifying period will end this Thursday at 8 a.m. Thursday, 8 a.m. The qualifying period closes. That is it. So you better get it in by Thursday, 8 a.m., and everything is going to kick off Saturday with the pre-race report show at noon, and then that heat race is going to get going at 2 p.m. Eastern. Everything, of course, I say is Eastern on the time front. So that's it, man. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. So we got maybe a little bit of time left. I want to kind of throw it in gears because the show we had so much to talk about with this bash, man, because we had to talk about this, man. There was so much to talk about. Billy, you did mention the Dirt Derby, and this was another very, very big event. I did contact my good friend Mystic from Mystic Racing League, and I talked to him today about the Dirt Derby, and it was postponed because of serious lag issues, which I know that really upset a lot of people. A lot of guys took the time to participate in that event, and actually missed some league races on that Sunday and stuff. And it got postponed. And when I talked to Mystic today, that Dirt Derby is still in the plans and being rescheduled. Mystic is looking at some dates, probably in July, maybe the beginning of August. But that Dirt Derby will be happening, folks. It will be happening. I know a lot of guys have left the PSN chat and stuff like that. So he's got a lot of work on his plate, putting that thing together and trying to get it right, so there isn't that lag issue, because that really threw a curve on that. But you kind of touched on that Dirt Derby, and I did want to mention that Mystic is in the works and working hard to put that together. And Mystic Racing League actually has been off for the past 6 weeks, starting with that Dirt Derby. Had a lot of things going on. Mystic, his racing league starts back up tomorrow with the trucks, and then his Xfinity is on Thursday as well, and his Cup is on Friday. So that's on the Mystic Racing League YouTube channel. You guys can always check that out. That's a good league, a really good fun league that's going on in there. Another good league that's going on that got that threw a curve, that kind of followed Hollywood and the Ruthless Racing League lead on this with this new next gen update, and that's Cobra. I'm actually a part of Cobra. I got drafted. I don't know how I got drafted. I was blessed to be drafted by Warpig, a great captain, and we ran a couple of races. And then this update launched out, and Sauce and Butters, the owners and CEOs of Cobra, they everybody kind of came together in a league, and they put a hold, and they kind of cut the season off, and they're starting over, and they're going to be switching to the next gen cars. And actually tonight they are redoing their draft. So the captains, each captain was able to keep three guys on their team that they drafted. Guys, I think drafted a total of 5 or 6 drivers. They were able to keep 3 of them. The rest of the guys are going back into the draft lottery. They are holding that draft lottery and that draft, I believe tonight. I think it is, if I'm not mistaken, that they're holding that draft tonight, and they're going to be back on, and they're going to be back racing this Friday. They will be in the next gen Cup cars, and they're getting things geared up. So that's what been the story with Cobra, and why that they weren't racing last week. But Cobra is holding that draft. Next Monday night, Drip and I will be talking about that, and their first race as we come up to that as well. Drip, let's hit up a little bit with Kill Switch. Kill Switch is in the playoffs, I believe. They have their races on Saturday nights at 9:30. Sniper and Jinx, I think, are pretty much running a show. Niner Dan, I think, as well, as a big part of that. Um, let's kind of talk about some Kill Switch a little bit. How did that go this past Saturday night? Let's throw.
I couldn't find anything on it. I couldn't find the race, just like you said you couldn't.
Yeah,
I was
it was
looking
really
for it.
weird.
So I don't know where it's at. But I did
It
get a
popped
hold of
up.
Sniper, and Shovelhead did win the race.
Awesome,
So
awesome.
Shovelhead won. And then I do got the points rundown from Sniper, and Birdman still leading the points with Jinx, Dunlap, and Sniper in the top 4. And they must be going into, I think they're in the championship too.
Oh, they are going to be in the championship this coming Saturday. I know that they
Well,
were in the playoffs. I know it's been tough to kind of follow. I've been follow. I usually been able to watch live. And this past Saturday, when I tuned on, and the race was on. It was, I don't know if they had like you were mentioning, the technical issues or not. So I didn't see the race, and I'm not exactly sure. Um, which race they're on, but they are in the playoffs. So if they're in I know they're deep in the playoffs, so they actually might be in a championship this Saturday, man.
and
That's going to
then
be the fun.
and I keep wanting to say HDRS, but the new Gearhead Racing Series, they're heading into
Yes,
their championship weekend as well this Friday, for their Cup Series.
and
And
they're starting that new series soon. I think that they're happy was announcing that they're doing some recruitment tryouts and stuff like that throughout the week. I know it's on Facebook that their groups and stuff like that. So that's an awesome league. Happy's going to do an awesome job with that, man. He is such a good dude. He has got a lot of experience. You guys over there, over at Gearhead, man, you're going to be in the next gen cars too, guys, aren't you?
yeah, um, Kill Switch has 2 weeks left. They still have Martinsville, and then their um,
Okay.
yeah, championship is next week at Homestead. They're at Martinsville this week. They have 2 weeks left in their season. And as far as Gearhead Racing Series, they're making the switch over to the next gens. They're gonna It used to be they had the Cup, the Xfinity, and trucks. Well, with even with the update, you know what I'm saying, you don't get the trucks or the Xfinity cars, and nobody nobody really wants to run them anymore. You know, especially the trucks. Everybody wants to be in a Cup ride. So they
Hmm.
went to doing slider Cup and a custom Cup, but they
Hmm.
are doing them both in the next gen cars. Which I will say this about the next gens. It is possible to do custom setups. But if you're running in a league and you're doing custom setups on these next gen cars, practice is like everything. Because to make changes, you got to go into 2020, make them changes, and then come back into 2022 and be able to get into a lobby with somebody to see if them changes worked. That's
Okay.
that's the only way you can run customs. So to be able to try out your custom setup, because the only place you can pick a custom setup is online racing, you got to have them practice lobbies up so you can get out and then get people to start up another lobby with you at the same track. you know, so it's kind of crazy. I'm hoping that they come with a patch and they allow us access to make changes. Otherwise, I see a lot of leagues that are going to end up going to the new next gen. I think are going to be slider leagues.
I I think
I
you're
think you're
right.
gonna see. I think you're gonna see slider leagues make a big return just because of this update.
I couldn't agree with you more. As a matter of fact, another league, brand new league, a good buddy of mine, Nick, 2019 champ, just started up a league with Doc Hopper. It's called Gas and Go Racing League. It's a fun league, dude. I was gonna be a part. I was trying to be a part of this. I don't know what's going to happen with Cobra, but they run every Friday nights at 8 p.m. and they are also a slider league. They had just started their season with a race this past week at Daytona. They too, like you said, man, they are in those next gen cars, man, and that's a brand new league that has started up, man. Nick is a great guy. I've done some broadcasting with him, man. That kid is funny as you can. I mean, that kid is just absolutely hilarious, man. Great guy. He's a young kid. I mean, he's a really, really good friend of mine. He's going to do a great job with Doc Hopper doing this Gas and Go Racing League. Like I said, man, we're going to talk about them some more as well. I can report because I am, if you guys haven't known, and you guys daggone better should know, that I'm the voice of FRR Racing every Sunday nights at 8:45, 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, I should get it started really. And last night, man, they were at Kentucky, which typical won that, and I mean, it got hairy, dude. It got really hairy. Flash was coming hard, man. If Flash had maybe one or two laps, it could have been a lot different. And I'll tell you this, man, they had such incredible racing last night, and I'm going to hit on this here in a second. But in in stage two, uh, Pittman had the lead, and Favre, that daggone guy Favre, the champion of FRR himself, Favre in that four car made a pass, and I put a picture on Facebook. I kid you not, dude. He won that stage by probably 1,000th or even a 10,000th of a second. It was that freaking close.
I've seen
It
that
was
was
inc-
crazy,
it was
crazy
incredible, dude.
close.
Incredible, man, incredible. I mean, he straight robbed Pittman of that stage win, man. I go, he straight robbed him. But we're halfway through that season in the traditional Cup cars. They're going to stick with the traditional Cup cars right now. Throughout the remainder of the season, that's of course every Sunday night. I get
Now,
that broadcast going at 8:45. Go ahead.
now, FTR, we're not switching over until All Star break, right?
Yeah,
If we do,
I didn't want to put pressure on guys. You know, I know some guys' finances and whatnot. You know, so We're probably going to switch over. I'm trying to wait to see if they do any more kind of patchwork or update or anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
we're probably going to make the switch probably around the All Star break as long as everybody has the update. Um, I'm not gonna deny drivers from racing. I mean, if we have to finish out the season and what we're running right now, then that's what we'll do. Because I want every guy that's in my
Well,
league, I want them to be able to race. And if we make that change and
absolutely.
they're not there, then they're going to be left out, and that's never going to be on my agenda. So we'll just
See,
have to play it by ear and see.
yeah, because I think if you're definitely going to do custom, you know, it's just such a hassle to have to go in there to change your setups the way it is right now.
Oh, definitely,
So to be able to run custom still, you almost still have to run the 2020 cars to me. You know, otherwise, you're going to have people that are going to be getting mad every week because they can't make practice for some reason and they can't practice by themselves to adjust their cars. So they're going to get frustrated with the people
definitely.
that can actually do it.
Yeah, definitely. And
So,
I don't want to have to put that burden on guys. I mean, we'll make the change when everybody's ready to make the change. I got guys right now like let's go, let's go, let's go. But I think as the group as a whole, when we're all ready to do it and everybody's on the same page, then we'll make that swap. I'm not gonna make somebody force somebody to do it. So that's just kind of how we roll over here. So when we're all in agreement to do it, then that's when we'll pull the trigger and do it.
we're
Well,
sitting here, and I just had this idea in my head. You know what I would like to see with all these groups that we're kind of had brought together and stuff? Is having like an IROC race where you've got like two guys, the two best guys from each league race like once a month in one race.
hmm,
Well, I wasn't
intriguing,
okay. So
intriguing.
So, kind of leads me to something I hadn't really got out the bag yet, but
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh,
we
here we go.
might we might be doing something once a week with a little money on the line, no points, straight money cash racing. We'll see. We'll see. I just
Okay.
wanted to put that out there a little bit, but it's in the works.
Okay.
It's in the
Oh well,
works.
keep on tuning in. Keep on tuning in because we'll be the first to break all these kinds of news every Monday night at 8 o'clock on this Racing Roundup show. And one thing, and I'm glad. I am glad with this update, real quick before we say goodnight to everybody. That and you kind of touched on this, Trip and Billy, that this update, and things are switching to. If you think about it, it's a base.
It
It's a
is.
it's a starting point. There is one paint scheme per car. It is, obviously the straight 5 gear slider setup, but it's let a platform for them to, now here's my thinking on this. Here's my thinking on this. I'm gonna try to wrap it up real quick. That of course, it's all business. It's all comes down to follow that yellow brick road, follow the money. Now, this company has lost a lot of revenue over the past year and a half with the iRacing, with World of Outlaws being successful, with F1 being successful, the ignition being a complete bust. They knew they had to come out with something. They got this update out with the next gen cars, which is a great starting point because it lets them and allows them to grow on that by putting out possibly DSLs with paint schemes that everybody will buy up, that possibly open the door to another upgrade, that can open the door to the custom setup side of it. Also, it opens the door also to the Xfinity cars, the truck cars, and the rosters of the 22 or possibly 23, probably the 22 season because the next gen is the 22. So you open the door to the paint schemes and the drivers and the teams of the Xfinity and trucks in 2022. So it opens it allows different avenues for the company to kind of expand on as we go into the future and to basically kind of maybe regroup their revenue because they do have and in my research here lately, that they do have the plans to put out a new game called NASCAR Rush. It's going to be like an arcade style with like super turbo and putting out
see.
the banana, putting out the banana out there.
Yes,
Yeah.
I seen it. It was like that's something I would buy my like 5-year-old.
Right,
But
right,
like
right.
and I think where they went wrong with the ignition was I don't think that when they bought the company or started doing these games, I don't think they knew how big the online community and league community was
Oh yeah,
with
definitely.
this game. I think they underestimated it big time.
Oh
Right.
You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
And
definitely.
There's,
good.
man, I grew up in the deepest part of the ghetto in Flint, Michigan, of all places. And I literally always just thought this was a white guy sport. And I have been so diversified through this game that I was like, wow, I didn't know like people in SIP. I don't know. You remember SIP? I'm sure a couple of you do. SIP was from Austria,
Oh
and it's
yeah.
like, damn, you guys watch NASCAR over there?
Oh yeah,
Like,
definitely,
Oh, you know what's funny?
definitely.
I said to another good friend of ours, and I haven't seen him in a long time. Our
Yep,
good friend Robbie Racing from across the pond in the UK.
exactly.
Robbie Racing was big with GC Sports and Taddy's League back in the day.
yeah,
A very, very good friend of the Heat 5 community, a very good friend of mine. He taught me how to get around Auto Club.
He
He's
was
such a
a
great guy. And
he was a big mentor for me, man. He kind of took me under his wing when I first got on the game, and when I was really starting to try to get serious about it. He put me on his team in Giggity, and he said, man, he just said, just do the best you can. He said, I'm here to help, and he's the one that really got me really, really interested in making myself better. So I give a lot of credit to him too. I hadn't talked to him in a little while.
yeah,
Hope he's doing well. I always got a special place for Robbie, man. So if you're listening out there, Robbie, I got you, my man. Appreciate everything you've
yeah.
done.
Also, definitely, man. Thank you, Robbie. And we got to talk to you soon. Man, I got to send you a message on Facebook, Robbie, if you tune in and watch this, man. Thank you so much for everything, man. We got to get you back in here, man. We miss you. We miss you to death, brother. We really do over UK, and hope everything is going okay, man. So man, Drip, dude. I'm so glad, man. I can't believe you. When you send me the message and say, hey, dude, we got to put on a show, man. We got to get some of this together. We got to get some of these news out there because there's so much stuff going on around the Heat 5 community and the online leagues with all these different leagues. We touched on a lot of them tonight. And also, I did get an update from Elvin himself before we say goodnight that Favre will be in Phantom this Thursday night. Yes, he will. Favre is joining Phantom this Thursday night. They will be in Chicago Thursday night. I'm on the fence here. I don't know. I might have to jump in the booth on this again, Billy. For Thursday night. I might
Oh,
have to.
definitely.
I might have to pull a long week on this, man. Favre is jumping in on this, so Phantom Racing League, tune in on that. Also, Ruthless Racing. They're on Thursday as well. The Pro is on Thursday. Their Pro Am runs tomorrow night at Tuesday, but also the FTR Pro Am is in their clash tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. I'm gonna be in that race. I'm so excited. Gonna be racing with some good friends of mine, B Nizzy, Snowden, the reigning champion Justin Shackett. I mean, it's going to be a blast tomorrow. That is on the FTR Racing YouTube channel. Guys, going to have to check that out, man. Switch back and forth. I know you all guys out there. You guys got all these notifications and everything between Ruthless and FTR, man. You watch one league after the race, put on another league. You know what I do a lot of times, man? If I miss a league, what I actually do, and this actually helps me get through the day, is, and a lot of times I actually do this, and you already know this, Billy, is with the FTR Pro League on Sunday nights. Now, granted, or I actually used to, because now you move before. Man, we have so much to talk about. Man, I'm running out of time. The FTR Pro League is on Sunday nights, but it's not at 8 o'clock. It's at 6 o'clock now, isn't it?
Yes, our pro league now runs at 6 o'clock, and the reason we did that is we just had so much lag, dude. When we hit that 8 o'clock mark, it just seemed like, man, we just never could get a race going, or we'd start in a race, and then we start lagging. So we decided to move the time forward, back back a little bit, and we starting at 6 o'clock now, and it seems to be great. We did have a little bit of lag Sunday, but we finally got it. We got the right guy with the right internet in the race, and we was able to finish that race. Yeah, so you can check us out there at 6 p.m. Eastern on Sunday
We
nights.
gave it our all to get that
We
one
did.
in.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did.
we
We
did.
definitely
We
did.
did.
We
Well,
definitely did.
I'm glad that you did that because before when I was 8 o'clock, I would always have to miss it because I do the FRR races at 9 o'clock. But what I would do is I would broadcast the race for FRR, and then I would turn on your broadcast of the Pro League on Monday when I was at work, and I would listen to that at work and listen to the broadcast and peek over and watch it when I was at work. So that would help me get through my days. And I actually do that with a lot of leagues throughout the day, and I'm able to do that at work myself and listen to all these leagues and follow along. Um, but that's gonna do it for us tonight. It's we're gonna call it at 9:30. We're gonna call it quit time. We want to thank everybody for tuning on in. Drip, man, talk about beating the clock, dude. You got here just in time, my brother.
Man,
Yeah, he was
it's
right on
been
the money.
it's it, it's been a rough month to say the
Hey,
least.
well said, man. Hit the nail on the head. It really has been for a lot of us out there, but really looking forward to this bash. This coming Saturday, July 1st. It's going to be a hell of a time. Billy, I want to thank you for coming on tonight and taking your time and joining us tonight and sitting up here and talking with us and talking with this about this bash that's coming up and about the FTR season that's coming up, man. You're going to be back up here again. I know that you will. We're going to get you back up here, but I want to say thank you. Really, always taking your time, man, and coming on, man, and then joining us tonight. Thank you so much for doing it, dude.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys having me up here, man. It's an honor to be up here on you guys' first show, and look forward to talking to you guys some more.
Absolutely,
Definitely.
man.
And definitely want to send out a special shout out and a special thank you to Mrs. FTR, the bread and butter of this Independence Day bash, man. She has been putting in I mean, so much work, man. You guys really don't know how much work really has been going into this, and it's really been put on the plate of Billy and Mrs. FTR, and so without them this wouldn't even be possible. This would not even been a thought. This would not even have been out there. This would not have been even an imagination, I guess you call it. But so want to thank both of you guys putting this thing on. It's going to be a blast, man. It's going to be a fun time. Let guys let loose and just have a lot of fun, man. It's going to be a blast. So thank you guys both very much. Drip, man, I am so glad, man, you came to me with this show, man, because you read my mind, dude. It's insane. It's almost crazy, man. It's like you read my mind, what I
Well,
was thinking, trying to put on
I'm
this.
sitting around, and I got Discord going off. I got Facebook going off. One's ruthless. One's this group. One's that group, and it's just like, man, it would be cool if you knew, like, all this information came at one spot.
Yeah, definitely,
I'm
And
definitely.
like,
that,
because, like, I literally go through tons, and it's funny because you always hear people going, I gotta turn on my phone on the damn mute, because my phone's going off all day. I love it.
I love it too,
yeah,
dude. I love it too. I ain't
And,
gonna lie about it.
and it is a blessing for you to have a partner like you do and your wife, because running leagues is hard, man.
Oh,
You know,
it's
I
difficult.
put my foot in the door this last season over there, and I'm telling you, I like doing the graphics and racing.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
definitely a busy week this week with all the FTR duels going on this week, and then you got all the qualifying going on, and we got the race this Saturday, and I got customer visits at work. It's a wild week. I love it though. I wouldn't trade it for
Oh
nothing.
man, Yeah, now I got Sniper here saying I'm gonna blow your phone up all day long now.
Oh, here we go. Sniper has been on it all day. The shot has been thrown across Billy's bow earlier with Sniper.
I love that kid to death, but he's the
I do
only
too.
person I know that'll
Hey,
call me at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll be like, yeah, that's got to be Sniper because he sees me on. He's the only one that's even got the balls to try to call me at 2 o'clock in the morning.
that guy is a trip, man. That guy is a trip, man. It is awesome. Hey, we're gonna be getting all these guys on here with time. And there's so many leagues. We're gonna be talking as the show goes on. We're gonna be talking and introducing so many leagues. We got so many guys. That we're going to be scheduling up here and owners of the leagues. So if we didn't touch on some of the leagues tonight, definitely want to apologize. And you guys are out there. There's Adrenaline Racing League and all these kinds of leagues out there. We're going to be talking to so many guys and getting so many guys out there. So we're trying to kind of put some things together here, but in an hour and a half time. We're definitely going to do our best. So stick with us. Follow us every Monday night, 8 o'clock. Drip and I are going to be back next week with the Shady and Drips Racing Roundup. Like I said, I want to thank everybody again. Drip, thank you, man, to put help. You were the brains behind this. You were definitely the brains behind this, and it's going to be a blast, man. We're going to have a lot of fun. Billy,
Definitely,
man,
man.
thanks. Like I said, man, thank you the time and coming up here. I want to thank everybody tuning on in. Without any viewers, man, we're nothing. So without you fans and viewers that are going to be tuning in, thank all you all because we wouldn't be nothing up here. Want to say good night to everybody. Enjoy the racing this week. We'll see everybody next Monday night at 8 o'clock. We're going to wrap up and we're going to be talking about this bash Saturday night. Man, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have another special guest on. Drip and I will be putting our heads together and putting a schedule with some of the owners of all these leagues and getting some guys lined up. I know Drip, your phone has been going off with guys that want to get on the show. I know I have, so we're going to get our heads together and put a schedule together, and we're going to get guys on here, and we're going to get you on out there. So stick with us. We'll see everybody next Monday night, 8 o'clock. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see everybody next week, 8 o'clock. You all have a wonderful night.
Thank you, guys.
All right, I'm clear, y'all.
Cool deal.
Awesome.